everyone, Deb here from DB Designs and Sewing Australia. Haven't seen you for 2 weeks, thought I'd just show you what I've been making in the last 2 weeks. The first thing I've made is these beautiful towels for my grandchildren. We didn't make the towel, but I put the names on them. Now this is an idea I got from Katherine from Sew Overton. She showed us in a demonstration how to put names on the towels using, in Australia it's called Heat and Bond. I'll just show you how it comes. So this is what Heat and Bond is. And so basically what it is it's a piece of paper, and on this side you can see that has adhesive on it. And so you adhere that to one side of the fabric, and once it's cooled, you peel off the fabric on the, you peel off the piece of paper and it's sticky on the other side. So basically you can stick two pieces of fabric together. So what I did with the towels is I did the first lot onto the back of this coloured fabric that I wanted to use. I traced off my letters, cut them out, and then peeled off the paper on the back, ironed it on, and because it's a towel, I then stitched around every single one of the letters so that it can easily be washed and won't come off in the wash. But that was using the Ultra Heat and Bond, so I hadn't been able to get the Light Heat and Bond, but I found a craft quilting shop that had the light, and so I sent away for that, and that's come now because I wanted to put some flowers onto a white linen jacket using that method. And so I think those towels are absolutely gorgeous. They're not an expensive towel, and this is the only colours they had. So I had girls ones and boys ones, and I think their mothers will be thrilled with those towels. And it was really just a trial to see how the Heat and Bond would work out. Now, the next thing I made was the children's Christmas aprons that we were using to make when we made our gingerbread houses. And so I did a different style of apron. I'll just get mine and put it on to show you. Now this style of apron is different than the one that I usually make. The one I usually make has the channels through here that pull it up. This one, and I must say it is more difficult to get on, easy to get on the children because you're putting it on them. But basically you're crossing over the strap and putting it through this side loop here. I will insert some photos of the kids in theirs and me in mine. And this is their Christmas apron. 3 of them were over to make the gingerbread houses. And I've also made Owen, who's 18 months. He didn't come and make the gingerbread houses because he's too little. And Mia, who's 12 weeks, I made her a couple of Christmas bibs. So they left their aprons here after they'd made their gingerbread houses, and they will be, after we have our Christmas, they will be able to take those aprons home with them. It's not much use me keeping very many aprons here for them because by the time, you know, you see them, they might have grown out of them and they can get much more wear out of them at home. Now, the next thing I made was a new look dress. I think I had it cut out last time. Oh, that's a bit light reflective, isn't it? For Mia, and that's in the size newborn, and that's in a double gauze. So it should be a really nice light dress for summer. And I didn't put buttons on the back. I just sewed little press studs on it. So that's for Mia. The next thing I made was 2 Izzy dresses. And this is a style arc pattern. And I'd made Phoebe a green one with long sleeves for her birthday before and really liked the way the pattern looked. So one for Phoebe and one for Adele, and the matching headbands for those two girls. So, oh, you can get a full view of it. I'll put a little DB Kids tag on it. And on the inside, oh yes, I'll put a Made with Love by Nanny on it and a Cutie Pie label. So that's for those two girls. And Phoebe's starting school next year, and her mother asked me to make her an art smock. And I found this fabric, and it said it was for, I think it said it was for board shorts. And it's sort of a bit, you can hear it, it's sort of a bit waterproofy. And if you know Phoebe, she's going to need something that's waterproof. So I made her this art smock. It just Velcros up the back with 3 Velcro pieces sewn on it, elastic in the neck and elastic in the cuffs. And I've made this before because I've made it for Madden, and I think I made his for him in prep, and he's going to be in grade 2 and it still fits him. So this is the Oliver and S pattern, and it's actually a really, really nice pattern. I don't put the pockets on them. It's just more stuff for them to put rubbish in. Now, the next thing I made was for my daughter, Abby. It's actually Abby's birthday today. Happy birthday, Abby. This is some navy blue linen pants, and these are the Style Arc Daisy designer pants. She tried mine on the other day when she was here and decided she'd like a pair in navy blue. So I've made those for her. And I have made Mia's Santa sack. So you can see that I've put her name on it, and I use the same method as I did in the towels to apply this name. Stuck it on with the heat and bond and then stitched around it. You can see that there. And I did a bit of quilting around some of the things. So I've quilted around the caterpillar, and in hindsight I wished that I had quilted around its eyes or even its nose, but I didn't. And I quilted these that I thought could look like presents, the heart, the stars, and on the other side we've got a Santa, a Christmas tree, I'm guessing it's called a toy soldier, and a reindeer. And I've quilted around a lot of those things in this pattern. You can see that I've quilted around Santa and then just applied this top. Now this is a fully lined Santa sack. So to quilt it, I actually found that the wadding I had wasn't terribly thick. So I did 1 layer of calico, 2 layers of the wadding, and then the patterned picture. And these ones I actually joined together before I quilted it, and then quilted it. Once I was happy with all of that, sewed this red part on the bottom so that I could get a gusset, because the fabric actually wasn't long enough, not as long as the one that I made for Phoebe, which were actually Santa sack panels. This one I just had to make up because I could not get that Very Hungry Caterpillar Santa sack panels, which is unfortunate, but this looks really cute. And so by having a gusset in it, and that has got, I've got this interfacing, and it's very, very heavy. And so I have done 2 layers of this really heavy iron-on interfacing in that bottom gusset so that it stays quite firm. This is what I use when I make the toy boxes so that they stand up by themselves. I use this interfacing. I think I originally bought it many years ago when I was making bags, so that the bag would have like quite a firm structure. Back to the Santa sack. So you've only got to put 1 present in this Santa sack, and it stands up by itself. I tested it out in a present that I had for Mia that comes in a box, and pop the box in it and the Santa sack stands up. Now, although I use normal wadding for the actual bag here, for this top, so that it goes really puffy and sort of fat like that, so that it looks like a really nice full turnover, I actually use, I think it's called polyester wadding, and it's really quite fibrous and thick and really puffy. I use 2 layers of that. I don't cut them. In fact, I fold them over so that the folded over part is here at the top, and just inserted it into this piece, and then sewed the piece on to the top of the Santa sack, because you won't get to see that part, which you can even see has still even got the writing on it, because I was trying to use as much length as I could. But I'm really happy with that Santa sack, and it does fold up so that you can store it in the top of your wardrobe, because you're only going to use it once a year. So it does fold up about that flat, for Hannah to put that in Mia's wardrobe once Christmas is finished. So I was really, really thrilled with how this worked out. I think it's really cute. It does take quite a bit of time to make, and I think I spent more time working out how I was going to do it, what I was going to quilt around, sometimes changing thread colours, because I quilt in colours that match. I can see I've used green around the Christmas tree and red around the Santa. Yes, and navy blue. Toy soldier. I can't remember what it's called. I've also got, next Saturday I'm going to my sister's farm. I think she's got well over 30 people coming, and there will be 17 children, some of whom I've never met because they've come from overseas. So what I've made them is a little Christmas decoration to hang on the Christmas tree, because some of them are going interstate and some of them are going back overseas. So any present that you give them needs to pack easily into a suitcase. And it's just a little novelty thing, because I asked my sister, do I need to get every single one of those children a present? And she went, no, you don't. They don't even know who's given them a present, or it's just bedlam. So, and that is just using that same method with the heat and bond. I haven't stitched around it because it's unlikely that these would ever get washed. And I've just got a piece of wadding in between it, a nice piece of Santa fabric on the back, and just stitched around it, which I also caught the loop in. So I've got 17 of those. I think I've got a different fabric because I didn't have enough fabric. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I just made all those last night, and honestly, they did not take very long at all. I actually thought I don't really make very many Christmas tree decorations, but I might start doing that. The other thing I need to make, well, by sometime in January, is Phoebe's library bag, because she's starting school. I took her to Spotlight with me, and she chose the fabric. So she's got one side of her library bag will be the pink, and the other side will be blue. And they're very pretty bumblebees. And she really has quite a lot of things that are bees, because her name's Phoebe, and so she likes bumblebees. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you was, I think I showed you this fabric the other day, where I was going to make a pair of Daisy designer pants by Style Arc, which is that pattern. That's just the navy pair that I made for Abby, and I've made one pair for me in a watermelon colour, and one pair in an olive green for Hannah. So I was going to make that, and then I was going to make, you can see a little bit of it there, the Daisy Designer top in the plain green. So it matched the pants, but you could wear them as separates. Until, I don't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday, Tessuti Patterns released, try and make sure that doesn't shine, this new Harlow shirt. And I thought, I'm not making the Daisy Designer top now. I'm making the Harlow shirt out of this. How groovy is that shirt? And if you go onto their site, you can see it's got a lot of great detail here. I think it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous top. And that's what I'll be making with this now. Now, this morning I was watching Katherine from New Zealand. Her YouTube channel is called So Much Sewing. I think that's what it's called. And she had this beautiful eggplant aubergine coloured linen. And Katherine, that would look beautiful in that colour. It's such a gorgeous colour that she had. That shirt was, you could wear it open as a jacket, you can wear it closed as a shirt. I think it would be a really versatile piece. And so that's what I will be making. Now I wanted to show you the end results of the gingerbread houses. This is one that I got to keep here. And this is what we do. Phoebe and Madden took one home and Adele took one home. And for the last 3 years, I've been making these with the children. I do some of the thatched roof when they come. I've already got it constructed, and their job is to decorate it. So they have great fun. And Adele, she's 3. She actually kept at it for quite a while. I was really surprised. And they all did a great job. And they also I have Christmas trees and stars that they also decorate and take home with them. So that was a bit of fun. I'll insert a whole lot of photos showing us making it. And it's got the kids with their aprons on. And hopefully I'll see you all next Friday. I'm not sure if I'll have made anything. Oh, I should have said what I was wearing. I'm wearing land pants with a zip in quite a heavy striped denim. I always figure they're a bit wide on the legs. I think the other pair I've got, I took in a little bit on the legs, but they are wide leg pants. And the top is the Style Arc holly blouse in some sort of a satin that sticks to your other clothes. Look at that. So anyway, that's enough for me. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my makes. And if you want to know how to use the heat and bond, it's Katherine from Sew Overton, or the Sew Overton. And she teaches you how to adhere that. Mind you, she was very fast at doing it. This took me quite a while. It's actually the cutting out of the letters that takes ages. So now I've kept all of those letters for all of these children. And it's amazing how many children start with the same letter. I've got 4 that start with an A and 4 that start with an H. So now I will have to figure out something else to put in a little package for those children. Preferably not something that's edible or meltable, because, you know, the weather here in Melbourne and in Australia, it just won't stop raining. And now it's only going to be 17 degrees today, even though it's supposed to be summer. It's not very summery. as soon as you put any chocolate in your car or somewhere else, you know that the weather's going to turn hot, because that's just Murphy's Law, isn't it? I will see you all next week, hopefully. Everybody have a really good week, and bye for now.